Okay, so let's try to find this question in Science Paper 1 2017. Okay, so this question saying that what is the difference between density and the relative density? Okay, so you can say that density is the mass per unit volume, while relative density um, is the ratio of the mass of any volume of a substance to the mass of any equal volume of water. Now, as you can see that this question it only carries 1 mark, so you cannot just waste your time to write that. Yes, you can, but in the exam room you need time. Okay, so um, in simpler way you can just say relative density has no units, while density has units. You can just write it there. So let's write. Relative density has no units, while density has units. Let's move on again. Question B shows a cobalt container that has a 5 centimeter square base and contains water to a higher height of 6 centimeter. So the first question here is saying that number number one saying that what is the volume of the water? Okay, what is the volume of the water? So for us to find this one, what we do is that we're going to use the formula for the volume. And formula for the volume is what the length times breadth times height. And as you can see, it is in centimeters. So we're going to say volume is equals to what? Is equals to length times the breadth times the height. So say volume is equals to what is our length? Our length is 5. What is our breadth? Our breadth there it's as you can see, our breadth there it's 5 as well. 5 times what is our height? Our height is 6 as you can see. So we have 6. Alright. So I'm going to say volume is equals to, when you say 5 times 5 times 6 is going to give you what? 150. So 150 centimeter. So that's your answer. So you can just write it there, 150 centimeter. Alright. Question 2 is saying that a stone is immersed into the water in the cupboard, causing the water to rise to a height of 8 centimeter. Determine the volume of the stone. So determine the volume of the what? Of the stone. So now we're going to use the same formula. So for the volume, so since here is saying that determine the volume of the stone, so I'm supposed to find the volume. We use the same formula, which is volume is equals to length times the breadth times the height. So you say volume is equals to our breadth there we have 5 times the our length we have 5, our breadth we have 5 as well, and our height we have 8. I've been given 8 there, so we have 8. So volume is equals to, when you multiply these numbers, it's going to give you what? 200 centimeter cubed. Okay, this is not the answer. We haven't found the answer. Now, what you're going to do now, we're going to say volume. What we're going to say, since we're finding volume is equals to so we're going to have 200 here centimeter cubed, and then minus 150. We'll find 150 there, so 150 centimeter. So volume is equals to, when you minus there, it's going to give you 50 centimeter cubed. So this is the answer. You can just write it there, 50 centimeter cubed. Okay, so let's move on to the next question, to the last question. The last question saying that if the mass of the stone is 80 gram, calculate the density of the stone. Okay, so as you know that the formula for the density is density is equals to mass over volume, right? Okay, so density is equals to, what is our mass? Our mass we have been given, which is 80 gram there. What is our volume? Our volume, it is this one that we have found, 50 centimeters cubed. So now when you say 50 into 80 is going to B. So our density T 1.60 gram per centimeter cubic as your final answer. Okay, so like to those people want online classes, you can just call or WhatsApp on this line